Good evening from Sweden and welcome to today's video, which is about to only seek validation from within. So validation is something that is completely natural, I believe, that we seek because validation is who we truly are when we are ourselves, which means that we are important, we are of value, we are having a purpose on this earth, and we are unique as we are, and we want to feel that feeling. Where it goes wrong in the world, in most people's lives, I think, is that we have switched and lost true connection to where the validation that we seek actually comes from. We have been so lost to the outside that we cannot find ourselves and true comfort anywhere anymore, because that we simply are not having the awareness of where true value actually lies. And many times we have to go very, very far when it comes to it can be, for example, that we seek validation in a job that we don't like, but we are there because of the status. It could be that we are in a relationship that is not good for us, but we keep going back to it because that we feel that it is important to be validated by another person and so forth, and we don't want to be alone. Or it can be that we are staying with a family that is not good for us, but we want so desperate to be approved of that we choose to be in so-called destructive relationship with our own family instead of just saying goodbye in a loving way and live our own lives and be true to ourselves. It can have many, it can be that we are having friends because we think we need their validation, but really they're not our true friends. It can be many things that is a symptom of that we seek validation in the outside, but the result is always unhappiness in the inside, on the inside. And we hurt ourselves if we don't choose ourselves. So my personal experience is that when I seek validation from within and when I'm true to myself, funny enough, people in the outside start to appreciate me, and I can feel validated from the outside and all of that, but not because I need it, but simply because it just reflects what I already feel about myself. And also the opposite, in the period of my life where I always sought in the outside for confirmation and approval, I always felt that it was never enough, and I was always afraid of losing it. So that resulted in that even though that I may got outside validation, I always was afraid of being, what can you say, abandoned, and that the people would find something better, whatever it may be, that they would be better friends than we were, or if it was a relationship that the person would find a better one out there, or this constant struggle with not feeling enough from the inside, where today I don't have that issue because I have learned from experience that the more I seek in the outside, the more unhappy I get, and I can never feel true satisfaction, even though that the outside so-called love me. So therefore, it is important to be honest towards ourselves when it comes to this, that we actually ask ourselves, is this really of true value? You know, is it really what, or is it just a cover-up for me not knowing how to fill myself up from the inside? so that I can feel good about myself. And it is a very important question to ask ourselves, because we actually put ourselves and our own happiness and our lives in the hands of people who, even though that they want our best, they can never and should never have that role of being God in our lives. We are responsible for our lives. We are responsible to finding our own joy. You can call it God, you can call it love, you can call it purpose, you can call it whatever you want. But no matter what, we are always the only one who is truly responsible for our lives. And we are the only ones who ever can take responsibility for our lives. And it is no one else's purpose or role. They can support us, but we can never demand anyone to love us more than we love ourselves. We can never demand of anyone that they support us more than we support ourselves. And true self-love comes from supporting ourselves in everything, as we would have our best friend support herself or himself. You know, it is really about being our own best friend all the time, not just when we feel good about ourselves, but when we don't feel good about ourselves. It is when we doubt ourselves. It is in all situations through our lives, and it is a relationship that we have to prioritize if we want to be happy, because we always bring ourselves with us. And that was what I was thinking about today, because I have really never ever in my life felt that the validation from the outside was enough. It could be a nice feeling for a while, but true satisfaction I have never felt from the outside. It has only been when I have truly felt it from within. And that was just what I wanted to share today. I love you, and I wish you a beautiful night. Bye.